To show you the religions activities located in this week's review activity. I'm going to go through three different sorted activities on this code. So don't pay attention necessarily to this code up here. Use the one that was given to you in class. But the first activity, which was 7 out of 15, the way it was presented, let me just click into each of the correct answers so you could double check your work. So land of Canaan, Moses, Exodus, covenant, Abraham, first monotheistic faith, Israel, Ten Commandments, and the Torah are all words related to Judaism. The following words are all associated with Hinduism: caste system, Dharma, the Vedas, which is the collection of hymns and prayers and stories for the Hindu culture, karma, untouchable, outcast, and moksha. Under Buddhism, the following words are all associated: the Four Noble Truths, enlightenment, Silk Road missionary. And this is an important part about the expansion of Buddhism throughout the Asian geographic region. The Silk Road definitely played a role in helping that spread. The Wheel of Dharma, okay, not to be confused with Hinduism. Remember, Buddhism is an outgrowth of Hinduism, but these eight spokes oftentimes relate to the Eightfold Path, which is the next card. The Tibetan monasteries, again, that's a good reference here, point with some of the Silk Road things. Nirvana and Siddhartha Gautama. And lastly, in this section, words all associated with Confucianism. The veneration of ancestors, that means the worship of ancestors. Confucius, filial piety, five relationships, Analects, and golden rule. All words associated with Confucianism. In the next activity, you'll see the split between the Roman Catholic Church, that part of Christianity in the West, and in the East, Greek Orthodox Christianity. So all these words are associated with Roman Catholicism. We have the Pope, St. Peter's Basilica, and here's a picture of St. Peter's Basilica. Christmas is more celebrated with the Roman Catholics. The top official, the Pope, is elected by religious leaders. Other bishops and cardinals of the Roman Catholic faith are going to elect the Pope. They will use Latin as their primary language. Of course, the capital of Roman Catholicism is Rome. Worshipping icons, which is to say pictures and statues and different elements like crosses, for example, might be an icon that would be worshipped to. And lastly, the clergy was not allowed to get married within the Roman Catholic faith. Let's take a look at Greek Orthodox, and we see that Easter is going to be the celebration that is more important with the Greek Orthodox folks. Using the Greek language makes sense. We see Constantinople is the capital city. The Hagia Sophia, and here's a picture of the Hagia Sophia. A patriarch is going to be equivalent to the Pope. However, the patriarch is appointed by the emperor. So way back when we studied this, Justinian in the 525 era would have appointed the patriarch to be the head official of the church. There is no icon worship. You do not worship to statues. That was not something that was practiced in this faith. And the clergy could get married. So all these words are going to be associated with Greek Orthodox Christianity. I'm going to skip ahead to task number 10 so that we can take a look at the 5 different elements of the Islamic Empire. So here are the answers to each of the 5 categories. The words associated with origins of religion would be Allah, the Quran, the Holy Book, Muhammad, the Prophet, and a monotheistic faith. The 5 pillars of faith will be, and I'll go in order, the declaration of faith: there is one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. The second pillar of faith is going to be praying 5 times a day facing Mecca. Giving charity to the poor or to the disabled, fasting during the month of Ramadan from sunrise to sunset, and then finally making a pilgrimage to all those who are capable to Mecca. In class, we studied that Mansa Musa from Mali, the kingdoms of West Africa, made a famous pilgrimage to Mecca. Let's talk about empire building as it associates with the Islamic faith. And one of the things that we'll see is that with the empire building is that Mecca is the capital, and it will spread out in almost every direction from Mecca, which is in Saudi Arabia. But we will see that there's going to be this ability to convert non-Muslims to Islam. And one of the big things is that there was a sense of equality and a sense of the promised land being paradise as your final resting place. Um, we see that, and these 2 points here are going to be connected together, that the Muslim merchant business practices, buying and selling on credit, is really going to make a significant difference for the Muslim faith as they're working across the oceans, with the development of maritime trade, for example, using the monsoon winds from India and back to East Africa, for example, is going to be a big part of how Islam is going to expand and then also allow the empire to grow in strength. And here again is just the Saudi Arabia expansion. So similar here with reaching out from Mecca. I'll go next over to achievements that we had discussed. Just the whole bit about geometric art design. Here's another religion that does not practice worshiping icons, but geometry and algebra, the mathematics, is just an amazing accomplishment that the Muslims have accomplished for all of us. Domes and arches and architecture is going to be a big piece to their contributions. And here we also see Ibn Sina, who had made over 4,000 prescriptions in a journal. So we're starting to see the medical field really expand, and the fact that these are being written down and studied by others will be significant. So those are, one last bit about Mansa Musa, and of course he made the famous Hajj, or pilgrimage, to Mecca. So hopefully this is helpful in talking about world religions, and you can go ahead and practice with any of the codes that your teacher may have given you.